Hey everyone, it's Hannah. And oh boy, do I have a story for you today. So, this happened about a month ago when I had been in the States for maybe 2 weeks, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty embarrassing, but also hilarious looking back. I went to do laundry at an American laundromat for the very first time, and I ended up turning my favorite white shirt completely pink and shrinking it so much that it probably fits a 10-year-old now. I had no clue what I was doing, didn't understand half the machines, and definitely didn't know I needed a pocket full of coins just to wash my clothes. But here's the thing, that whole disaster taught me a ton of vocabulary about laundry and American life that I use constantly now. So if you've ever been confused about laundromats or doing laundry in general, buckle up because this one's for you. Okay? So here's how it all went down. I'd been living in my new apartment for about 2 weeks, and my dirty laundry was literally piling up in the corner of my bedroom. Back home, I had a washing machine right there in my house, so I could just throw clothes in whenever I wanted. But my apartment here doesn't have that. I kept waiting and hoping that maybe I'd find a washer and dryer hiding in a closet somewhere, but nope, nothing. Finally, my laundry basket was overflowing so bad that I couldn't ignore it anymore. I knocked on my neighbor's door, this sweet lady named Patricia, and I asked her, "Hey, where do people usually wash their clothes around here?" She looked at me kinda surprised and said, "Oh, honey, you don't have a washer in your unit? Just head down to the laundromat on Maple Street, 2 blocks that way." I nodded like I totally knew what she was talking about, but inside I was like, what on earth is a laundromat? After she closed the door, I immediately looked it up on my phone. Turns out, a laundromat is basically a public place filled with washing machines and dryers that anyone can use by paying money, usually with coins. Some people also call it a coin laundry or just a laundromat. It's super common in America, especially if you live in an apartment building that doesn't have washers and dryers in each unit. I was honestly pretty nervous because I'd never used one before, and the idea of doing laundry in public with a bunch of strangers around felt kinda weird. But I didn't have a choice at that point because I was completely out of clean clothes and starting to rewear stuff, which was getting gross. I started gathering all my dirty clothes into this big duffel bag, and then it hit me. Wait, do I need to bring anything? Does the laundromat have soap there? Or do I buy it from a machine or what? I had absolutely no clue, so I did what anyone would do and Googled what to bring to a laundromat and started reading. I found out you need to bring your own laundry detergent, which is basically soap specifically made for washing clothes. You also need quarters, those little silver 25-cent coins, because most laundromat machines only accept coins and won't take dollar bills or credit cards. Some people also bring fabric softener, which makes your clothes smell really good and feel softer, and dryer sheets for the dryer to prevent static. The problem was, I didn't have any quarters at all, just some bills in my wallet, so I had to make a stop on the way to get change, which means trading your paper money for coins. I walked to the nearest 7-Eleven with my huge bag of laundry and went up to the counter feeling kinda awkward. The guy working there looked up and I said, "Hi, could I possibly get some quarters?" He didn't even seem fazed and just asked, "Yeah, how much do you need?" I honestly had no idea, so I said, Um, I'm not really sure. I'm going to do laundry for the first time." And he smiled and said, "I'd grab like 10 bucks in quarters if I were you. That should cover it." I handed him a $10 bill, and he gave me this roll of quarters, which was 40 coins total. He could probably tell I was new to all this because he added, "The laundromat down the street has a change machine too, but it's broken half the time, so you're smart to bring your own." I thanked him and headed out, feeling slightly more prepared, but still super nervous about the whole thing. When I got to the laundromat, I pushed open the glass door, and was immediately hit with this warm air that smelled like a mix of detergent and fabric softener. It wasn't a bad smell, actually kind of comforting in a weird way. The place was bigger than I expected, with rows and rows of machines lined up on both sides. On the left were all these washing machines, some small and some absolutely massive, and on the right side were the dryers. In the middle of the room were these long tables where people were folding their clean clothes, and there were a few rolling carts scattered around that people used to move their laundry. It was pretty busy for a Thursday afternoon. There were moms with kids, college students with headphones on, an older man reading a newspaper while waiting. Just all kinds of people doing their laundry. I felt a little less weird knowing I wasn't the only one there. I looked around, trying to figure out which washing machine to use. A couple of them had handwritten signs taped to the front that said, "Out of order," which means they're broken and you can't use them. I found one that looked clean and wasn't being used, so I walked over and opened the door. It was a front-load washer, which means the door opens from the front instead of having a lid on top that you lift up. I peeked inside to make sure it was empty and clean, because you never know if someone left something behind. That's just basic laundromat etiquette. Always check before you start using a machine. I unzipped my duffel bag and started pulling out clothes to put them in the washer, just grabbing everything randomly: white shirts, dark jeans, red towels, all of it. I was about to shove it all in together when this woman folding clothes at the table near me looked over and said, "Hey, sweetie, you might want to separate those first." I stopped and looked at her confused and said, "Separate them?" She walked over and explained, "Yeah, you gotta sort your whites from your colors. Otherwise, your white stuff is gonna come out pink or gray. Trust me on that one." I felt so embarrassed, but also really grateful she stopped me. She could tell I had no idea what I was doing. So here's what I learned right then and there. When you do laundry, you can't just throw everything together in one big pile. You need to sort or separate your clothes into different groups. A load means one batch of laundry that you wash at the same time. You should keep your whites, like white t-shirts and socks, separate from your colors, like anything red, blue, green, or bright. And darks, like black jeans or navy shirts, should usually be washed together away from lighter stuff. The reason is that colored clothes can bleed, which means the dye can come out in the water and stain your other clothes. That's exactly what I almost did, and it would have ruined half my wardrobe. I quickly pulled out all my white clothes and decided to wash those as my first load, then do the colored stuff separately after. I loaded all my whites into the machine and then pulled out the bottle of detergent I'd bought. I opened it up and stared at it, realizing I had zero clue how much to pour in. The bottle had a cap that doubled as a measuring cup with different lines on it. The washer had this little drawer that pulled out called a dispenser, and it had separate compartments labeled for detergent, fabric softener, and bleach. Bleach is this strong chemical that makes white clothes even whiter, but it'll completely ruin colored clothes, so you gotta be super careful with it. I poured detergent up to the line that said medium load and dumped it into the right compartment. Then came the confusing part: all the buttons and settings. There were so many options. I had to choose a cycle, which is basically the type of wash program you want. Normal cycle is for everyday regular clothes. Delicate or gentle cycle is for fragile things like bras or thin materials that might get damaged. Heavy duty is for really dirty stuff like towels or work clothes covered in stains. Then I had to pick a water temperature: hot, warm, or cold. I read somewhere that hot water cleans better but can shrink clothes or make colors fade. Cold water is safer and also saves energy. Since I was already nervous about messing something up, I went with normal cycle and cold water, which seemed like the safest bet. I closed the washer door and looked for where to put my quarters. There was a coin slot on the top right, and a little screen showed that it cost $2.75 for one wash. I started feeding quarters into the slot one at a time, and after I put in the 11th quarter, the machine made this loud click and suddenly started filling up with water. It was actually kind of satisfying to watch through the glass door. The whole wash cycle takes about 30 to 35 minutes, so I set a timer on my phone and sat down on one of the plastic chairs to wait. One important thing I learned later is that you shouldn't leave your stuff unattended for too long after it finishes, because other people need machines too, and if you're not there, they might take your clothes out and set them aside so they can use the washer. It's not meant to be rude, it's just how it works when it's busy. While I waited, I just watched other people to learn what I should do next. When someone's washer finished, they'd immediately open it, pull out the wet clothes, and transfer everything to a dryer. After the dryer finished, they'd take the clothes to the folding table and fold everything neatly before packing it up. I noticed one guy checking something inside the dryer before he put his clothes in, and I made a mental note to figure out what he was doing. Everyone seemed to have their own routine down, and I was just trying to absorb as much as I could. My washer finally beeped loud enough that I heard it across the room. I jumped up and opened the door, and all my clothes were soaking wet, but they smelled fresh and clean. I scooped everything out and carried the heavy, dripping pile over to an empty dryer. I opened the dryer door and started tossing everything inside, but I forgot to do what that guy had done earlier. I didn't check the lint trap, which is this screen or filter thing inside the dryer that catches all the fuzz and lint from your clothes. You're supposed to clean it out before every use, because if it's clogged, the dryer won't work well and it's actually a fire hazard. I also completely forgot to throw in a dryer sheet, which is a thin disposable sheet that reduces static cling. That annoying thing where your clothes stick together because of electricity. I looked at the dryer settings and saw I could choose low heat, medium heat, or high heat, and set the time anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. In my head, I figured hotter and longer would dry things faster and better, so I cranked it up to high heat for a full hour. That turned out to be a huge mistake, but I didn't know it yet. I inserted 8 quarters because the dryer cost $2, pressed the start button, and the drum inside started tumbling around. I sat back down, feeling pretty proud of myself for making it this far without any major problems. Oh, how wrong I was. An hour later, the dryer buzzed to let me know it was done. I walked over, opened the door, and pulled out my clothes. They were hot, dry, and smelled nice, but then I grabbed my favorite white t-shirt, and my stomach dropped. It wasn't white anymore. It was pink, light pink, but definitely, obviously pink. I stood there staring at it in disbelief, trying to figure out what happened, and then it hit me. I must have missed something red when I was sorting, maybe a red sock or a washcloth, and the color bled out in the wash and stained everything. But it got even worse. I held up the shirt to look at it, and I realized it had shrunk. Like, a lot. It used to fit me perfectly, and now it looked like it was made for a middle schooler. That's what happens when you dry cotton on high heat. It shrinks like crazy. I must have looked absolutely devastated, because the same woman who helped me earlier came over and said, "First time at a laundromat, huh?" I let out this embarrassed laugh and said, "Is it that obvious?" She smiled really kindly and said, "Oh, girl, don't even worry about it. We've all been there." I once accidentally turned my husband's entire collection of white work shirts bright blue. Just remember for next time, double check when you're sorting, and always read those little tags inside your clothes before you wash them. I had no idea what tags she meant, so she grabbed one of my shirts and showed me the care label inside. It's this tiny tag with washing instructions and symbols that tell you exactly how to wash that specific piece of clothing. Some say wash cold, some say tumble dry low, some say do not bleach. Tumble dry means you can put it in the dryer, but if it says line dry or lay flat, you should hang it up to dry instead of using a machine. Even though I'd messed up pretty badly, I felt better knowing that everyone goes through this learning curve. I took my clothes over to the folding table and started folding everything neatly. Folding just means organizing your clothes so they're not all wrinkled and messy when you get home. Some people don't bother and just stuff everything into a bag, but I like folding because it makes life easier later. I made sure to clean up any lint or mess I'd made, because it's just the respectful thing to do for whoever uses the machines after you. Walking home with my bag of clean laundry, including one ruined pink shirt that used to be white, I actually felt pretty good. Yeah, I made mistakes, and yeah, it cost me about $8 in quarters total, but I learned so much. A laundromat is a self-service laundry place with coin-operated machines. You need quarters, detergent, and ideally dryer sheets. Always sort your laundry into whites, colors, and darks. Pay attention to those care labels on your clothes. Pick the right cycle and temperature. Clean the lint trap before using a dryer. And for the love of everything, don't use high heat unless you're absolutely sure your clothes can handle it. The pink shirt? I still have it tucked away in my drawer. It's my reminder that mistakes are just a part of learning, and now I'll never make those same mistakes again. So that's my laundromat disaster story, you guys. From having no idea what quarters were for, to shrinking my favorite shirt, to learning about loads, cycles, lint traps, and all that good stuff. It was definitely an experience I won't forget anytime soon. If you've ever had your own laundry fail, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. It'll make me feel less alone in this. If this story helped you or made you laugh, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're enjoying these real-life American stories, where I share all the vocabulary I'm picking up, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you catch the next one. I'll be back tomorrow with another adventure and more English lessons. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. See you next time.